spots keep re-up, and we keep on the track that we're on right now.
All right, Councilwoman Wynn, what's your thoughts?
Everything that's here.
Okay. Councilwoman Wynn.
Yeah, I'm for it.
Councilwoman Davis.
Yeah.
Enterprise.
This is the one that gives the council credit, something like that. Why? That was so, all right.
Ready for the department report?
Yeah, I'm gonna actually let Major KK come up and help with that. Get somebody. No. I'll let him talk a little bit.
Good evening, council members, Madam Mayor. We had to give the chief a break for a minute. We get work over. The Lithonia Police Department had a busy past 2 weeks, working in collaboration with our reserve officer who was able to take the 58, which is the murder suspect into custody. Murder. Yeah, that's what I kind of figured. Murder.
Stitch this out.
We was able to take the murder suspect into custody without incident. We was also able to respond to a domestic call with an individual discharged a firearm in the house with a child. Was able to obtain warrants and take him into custody as well. They were issued 4 no truck route citations, and we actually impounded a tractor and a trailer, and the driver didn't have a driver's license and insurance. So I think we sent a message clear in reference to the impound, clear the hit and run case that we had here in the city. In reference to the quiet zone, we reached out to leaders, Georgia Rail Authority, CXX, and they said pretty much this area is a quiet zone. They said the only time that you'll hear the horns blowing at night or things of that nature is if they see a person on the track, animal on the track, or a vehicle, or things of that nature. They said if the horns are blowing excessively, we got a telephone number that we can call and have them investigate and see why the horns are blowing, and they issue fines as well to the operators of the engines. And today, myself and the chief was driving down Main Street, and there was an engine coming across the tracks, and he was sounding the horns, and there wasn't nothing out there. So we call it in reference to that situation. But overall, that's pretty much everything that we had take place in the last two weeks here. Do you have any questions?
We also have a video of them doing it too. I got one of the business owners down there recording it. They do. We have evidence.
I would just like to say that I know that those horns blow they start way down, and I know they blowing at every crossing. So, and they blow every time. So it's hard for me to believe that they're just blowing because something is there when they're blowing every time, 2 and 3. And some of them blow from one crossing all the way down to the other crossing. They just blow, it's not pumping it at all.
So what we got now is a conversation going with it, and we're letting them know that we're aware of it and we're monitoring it, and monitoring it closely, and so we're making progress. In that area. Like I said, if you have if that takes place, go ahead and give us a call, and I had the contact numbers and stuff. Jump right on. It is an ordinance that prevents them from going to horns. We can go down there and issue a citation, but I'd rather go the route we're going through CXS and letting them take care of it. And like I said, they guaranteed us that they'll follow up and make sure that that situation is rectified.
Thank you. That's great. Thank you.
Any other questions, concerns? All right, thank you, Major.
Thank you.
See the administrative report.
Oh, man.
One, I want to say congratulations to the mayor. I don't know if you saw what we did to the police car out there. it's gained a lot of attention, but you know, it meant a lot to me to do it, but it also does help the city with our health grant. So with our health grant that we were awarded, we have to do events, functions. And you know, I was thinking, I was like, you know, what can we do that's just not what everybody else does, where we just invite a bunch of people to come around and we just hand their stuff out and everybody go about their way. I figured with this right here, we're gonna send Officer Camp, who drives that car. He's gonna go to several functions between now and the end of the month. I don't know if you see, we changed all of our patches and paint too on our shoulders. But it was completely funded with our health grant, but it also helps us to further keep getting approved for our health grant, keep growing. And also
Support our mayor.
support our mayor.
Thank you.
So, but that's it. That's all I have as far as the health grant.
Can we get some patches too?
Yeah, I just didn't have they're upstairs. I got a couple.
No, I'm being funny because I was like, I have to ask her.
Oh, yeah, these just came in like they're not even probably about 45 minutes before you guys got here.
You got two, one on each shoulder.
Yeah, it's our police patches. Officer Brooks, he had ran over. He got the phone call that they landed, so we were he flew over there real fast to get them before y'all got here. So, but yeah, I actually kind of like them better than
Right.
Can we put them on?
that.
Can we get the black? We can't put them on our shirt.
Nope.
With my blue
Hey,
lights.
remember-
Yeah, you can put them in memory.
I want the black shirt and throw it on.
I'm trying to do our local like that, maybe.
Yeah, you can we can try to get the logo.
Can you get that around?
Yeah, I can see. We can see.
Yeah.
Can we do the same color? This
Yeah,
color?
all black.
Okay, all black.
So that's all I have for that.
Sure will. Thank you, man.
Oh. 1,300 customers did the wrap, just plugging them in. That's the New Shepherd's people.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
All right, mayor's report. Let's see, I have one person who's gonna do our report for me, because I don't feel like it. You?
Me?
Yeah.
Thank God. Listen, I'm just excited. I want to say first of all to you, as the old preacher said, I would be remiss if I didn't say this.
Oh.
Listen, you're bringing the veil and coming out. Let me tell you, you got a whole village, whole big more than this. I mean, we cried, we shouted, we praised the Lord, but God is good. Seeing that, and that would just go viral. That thing was so well put together. It was so touching. And you know, I know what it is to fight. I've had a brain surgery, so to fight for your life is something. And I remember God speaking to me. You know, you got something. Sometimes it's between you and God, and He's the one that brings you. So I was just honored to see that. Can I say that? And let me just say that, let me move on. Like on your miracles all over. I'm just happy and excited about the council, about what's happening in the city. And it's like God's favor is just on the city. I just see it. I see it, and He's taking care of the city for you. And it's wonderful group of people. Let me move on to say, we had a meeting with the school, the chairman of the board. I don't know if they told you about it, the major and the chief. The chairman of the board came here to come. He asked to come over to the city. So he came in and we told him about what we're trying to do with the middle school and the kids and what's going on and the fighting in the school and the whole nine. And from there, he was super excited. I got emails from Ms. Steve Turner. The new super, as they call it, Mr. Horton, got an email from him, got an email from the lady that do wraparound services. They're ready to work with us, work with our kids in the city with this crime prevention grant. So I'm super excited about that. And one other thing they wanted to do, they wanted to put a clothing closet and a food bank there in like on the middle school. They said they don't have one there. They have them in some of the other schools, but it's needed in the middle school. And I thought about it. I was like, yeah, repertoire can do it. And I was thinking about the success program, that piece, But I also thought about the community center going in, and I thought about doing it. Remember the young lady that did the great clothing closet in Tucker Middle, that was on Steve Harvey, have her family come in
Right.
and do as well. We could open a new one here, right, like on the middle, yeah. And I thought that would be a great idea. But on to the Lithonia housing authority. Yeah, I mean, God is good. I had from February to October to ask God to help. Just help me go in. I want to go in because I want to be productive. I want us to have safe, decent housing. You know, I want us to have what Lithonia deserves. And that's been my heart's desire. So they canceled the first meeting and we went into the meeting and I had to exhale a few times. But it was all good. And by the end of the day, I was kind of sick from the stress, but God got me together. And I had the opportunity to actually go to YouTube University and learn about being the commissioner and governance and what happens and what's supposed to happen. And the young man that was training talked about how new commissioners come in and they want reports and they make, they want to see it, but they don't know what they're looking at. They don't read it off the head. I'm like, oh God, help me. That's why I was kind of sick. And so I'm like, yeah, that's what I wanted. So I will know what I'm looking at, And I talked about, he was also talking about the meetings, what happens in the meeting is confidential. And they don't really want you to go back and talk to, council. And I was like, all this time, that's what we're trying to do is build a bridge of communication between housing and the city. And we do need to communicate. So I wanted to talk about putting a policy together to where, and I know you asked about the meetings being open to the public. They're supposed to be, I think they're out of compliance right now because the meetings have not been taking place, but I love Miss Nikki. And I believe that things are gonna look up and they're gonna be better. But I talked about putting a policy together so they can email you the agenda or let you know what's going on. For example, I don't know if you guys know about the annual audit. Do you get copies of the annual audits? So you don't know. You have substandard housing. Because I asked the question because I studied as it stands now in the audit. If the meeting would have came, and that's what I said to them. The meeting would come to the mayor in the city. They don't know. They wouldn't know what to say. So I am putting together a document to request within the last 2 years the audits, the purchase orders. She said they're working on the substandard piece, but I felt like it's something that is in your city. And you need to know. So we're working on that. But I'm excited about it. At first, I'm just gonna be honest with you. After that meeting, I was gonna say, okay, that I can't do it. I'm just gonna put, God said, no, I placed you there so you can be a bridge builder, so we can get this thing done. So we're waiting on the next meeting. They said the next 30 days. So, and I will be requesting the various reports that according to the commission training that I took online that they're supposed to share. They were supposed to bring all of that for us to see. And they also changed, what do you call it, that document? I can't even remember it right now. Within the last 2 months, without the new council or the last 2 people that's been there here, even voting on it. And I think it's gonna be better. And I didn't want to come and bring this news, but it's gonna be better. This is the road to correcting stuff and making it better. It's just it's happening, and that's a part of tearing down and rebuilding. So I'm looking forward to that.
So, how many commissioners do they have now?
Well, the board of commissioners were there that the mayor appointed. And we have the older resident commissioner that was there, and Miss Sharon Dukes, who is still, the chairman of the board. And I even asked a question about that, and they said that according to the new bylaws, she's the chairman for the next two, because I had questioned how often or when can we ask to have the chair replaced?
No.
You did? Okay, that's good, but as a chair though,
But not as a chair.
okay, yeah, you just reappointed. Yeah,
So,
I
so this
understand,
new bylaws, is that what you're saying they voted on?
they did a new set of bylaws.
So that's irrelevant because it's not even voted by the commissioner.
But yeah, but I asked specifically, did they vote on it? Did they have something to do with it? And they said no.
So that's not how it works.
And it's kind of convoluted, the different things, because when I asked, well, what about, and what Miss Davison's, her reason was I had to move and I had to do what I needed to do when they hired me. I had to move on what I had. I had to do, and the piece of having the new commissioners and the old commissioners, and she used the old commissioners to do what she. It's just kind of, it's gonna be straight though. It's gonna
Who's
be
the
straight.
consultant? Who is this person?
The gentleman,
Consulting wrong, consulting them wrong.
well, we're going to get copies of, or I'm requesting copies
I'm not judging, I'm great.
of the,
It's like, sorry, excuse me, but I know that you're gonna, work, and one other thing, and I'll get it, we'll talk about it. Public meetings, so they're gonna continue to keep it private.
so they're not private. They have not, they're just non-compliant right now.
They're not having, they're
Yeah.
doing the training. So
That was the training, and they're supposed to have them, well, they say quarterly.
So the excuse is, this is a training, it's not open.
The training wasn't open to the public.
That's what I'm saying, so when they meet and decide on things, the cover of it all is a training. Doesn't say, you know,
Well, listen, one of the things that I was a bit confused by was that the other new commissioners were concerned because I thought they had been to a training, but they explained to them that this was a RAD, they had not been to a commissioner's training, but they were at a RAD training. Are you familiar with RAD? And the young lady kept asking the question about they voted on a contract or something that they didn't really know about. They weren't clear about it, but they had them to vote on it without being trained, if you would, as a commissioner. So she kept asking, what happened to it? What did we vote on? What happened to? And I think she told her that the contract was good, whatever it was. I just listened because I wasn't clear on it. But
and she should.
It's gonna be-
There's no way, and there's no laws that say that a person has been commissioner and receives a permanent position as, you know, the board chair. There's no, you know, the board is voted on every year.
what they said was with the new bylaws that they put together, I didn't even see the new
The
bylaws yet.
city hasn't signed off.
So I don't know. But I'm going to ask for,
seems like, doesn't need, or it's like the Callaway, doesn't they, don't they appoint the chair?
No.
They don't.
it's been backwards. No, it's been-
The secret is done. So it's just like any chair board.
the board actually voted on the chair.
And there's no.
You appoint the board, and then the board, within the board can appoint the chair.
So they still doing, lines of people. You know, and I, you know, and that's for the public forum, you know, someone who doesn't correct wrongdoing is just guilty. So I know that Ms. Nikki may be a good person, but she is not correcting the wrongdoing. So I'm gonna just leave that as that. I'm not saying more.
I think I wanna just let you all get your feet wet, basically, like you said, they, yes, they probably just do the whole thing. But when I personally know it's probably time to come to, you know, a meeting with all of you. I don't care who's there, but if everybody that I appointed, just the old ones, if they're on their field, shouldn't be. But anyway, if whoever that is, I would like to talk to everyone directly and just get an update. And they should be able to do that. I don't see nothing wrong with it, because they're gonna be clever people. They have their reasons or whatever. I get that, but I don't get it. Because we would like to know, just like everybody wants to know what we're doing. But this country, yes, government, yes, the same thing. Because like you said, all of them are there for a reason. And I'm happy that I can. So,
And the new group it's just a great group of people.
yeah,
I love the bishop and everybody.
they don't play. They really don't. They really don't play. And they care for the city, and they see those residents coming in, you know, talking about things that need to be done. So they support, and that's what we're waiting.
And that's what they were saying, that they were working on building safe, decent, affordable housing, that they were looking at tearing them down, and which is good.
Do we have an attorney?
They do have an attorney.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Their attorney, I'm not sure what's the name, but they're in contact with ours. That's how we contact each other. But now, as of 2-3 weeks ago, they said we're not doing it no more. Really? Yeah. Yeah.
It was good. It was funny because she actually, toward the end of the week, a few people looked at and she was like, we can just address the elephant in the room. So we went ahead and talked about everything. Me being an outside advocate, and now on the inside. And she said, I just told somebody on the phone that I like her. I like her. I'm like, we're gonna get along fine because it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Thank you so much.
And that policy, hopefully when we go to our next meeting, whatever she call it, we'll have it. So where we'll have some direct communication. So you guys get copies of the audits and, I understand that they're separate government entity, but it's the city. Yeah. That's it.
Thank you so much. All right, so real quick on jingle on Main, December 9th, that's Saturday. So what I was told by she stated that neighborhood council reached out to maybe like 2 different things for the high school and school, not sure which one, but they were saying that the date that we had was not a good date, it was December 3rd. So they wanted to see if they could do December 10th or December 17th. But then I started thinking about how much people are going to football games. And Saturday would be great too. You know, we do a Saturday versus a Sunday.
For the parade and all that. Yeah, I would.
Saturday, because we're looking at December 9th.
Number 9 sounds good.
What time again? At 3. We had it at 3 on a Sunday last year.
3 to what? 3 to
We didn't put a time in.
whatever people leave.
Only time that we probably do is like set up, remember we had it like 1 till 2:30 or something like that. But the parade started at 3.
So that's gonna be the parade, the block party.
All of it, every flower,
Okay, so what do we call them jingles on Main?
Jingle on Main, it's the same, thing as last year. I think it's the same.
And tentatively the time it was when it started 3.
We started to set up maybe.
And I'm asking for the dancers that would actually come. So what time, we'll say it starts at 3. The parade's gonna start at 3?
3, yeah.
And then, dancing and stuff will probably be after that, maybe an hour or so after.
Awesome. How you prepare you want to?
Because if we're gonna do the parade at 3, then we gotta come back to Main Street. And then we'll start the event. So who's coordinating those events?
It's between Keith, me, and Zoe.
The Yellow Brick. Did you say we're gonna incorporate Renee to help out with that, or that was something else? Okay,
It's out there right now, actually.
I don't even.
We're gonna shut down the city.
I think you brought it up. I
Some-
mean, you're right, I
some-
did
some
say that.
vendors or something?
Steve should have gone to the county, kind of assist us on price.
We're gonna have vendors.
Woman Shepherd, she mentioned Rainer and
Say it again, I'm sorry, Ashley.
it was you mentioned, speaking with Miss Renee about possibly.
Ashley Road.
I thought I heard something in that.
I didn't, because I was trying to kind of mimic back in the day, they
Yeah.
right out the whole city.
Right.
That's why.
So were we gonna have vendors? We're gonna have a block party with people selling food, cotton candy, that type of thing?
Road would be nice, be really nice.
Okay,
And
so-
we need her contract.
Yeah, we're gonna need you. Okay.
Ashley, is it okay if she come up for one?
Yeah, do it.
Good night.
Maybe I can ask you some questions. So to get to a bell, now you're talking about it.
Yes, Renee.
I'm doing well, how are you all today?
Wonderful.
Briefly, our Christmas parade, October the 9th, December. I have the wrong the name in the atmosphere.
Yeah, you put it out there.
Yeah, and my reason for that, you can step on my big toe later, is I wanted to ask you, because I know you love our city, is if we can get a little, it doesn't have to be hands-on, just a little bit of voluntary assistance with kind of putting together the fall, the winter festival part of that. Our division is to shut down Main Street, and when I was thinking back in the day, it used to be like a festival. The jumper for the kids,
Oh, that thing, that camera that turns around.
360,
Yeah.
cocoa with marshmallows, and, any type of winter fest type vehicle to put in the city. And I don't know, like, Howard said, I don't know if that includes food trucks, vendors, however it looks, just something very productive for.
It's gonna have to be a couple of things. With the vendors, that has to be arranged, as well as the actual program, because we're asking dancers to come from the senior center. So it has to be, some type of program of how these events are gonna take.
For your running show. So for you, are they going to dance, now, this is not, I don't mean this to sound, there's no pun intended. Are they gonna dance in the streets, or are they gonna dance in the courtyard area? When you're saying, do you want bands there, are you wanting?
Well, we use music. It'll be, playing music.
Is there a parade? with
We're
this?
gonna have a parade,
Okay,
and then we're gonna come back to Main Street.
right. So I guess that's my question with respect to the performance. You know how sometimes you'll see a parade and they'll stop? Okay, so that's, what-
Yeah,
Stop
no,
with
they want to dance at that point.
okay, so you'll come back.
The
and do
bands
that.
come.
Yeah, the bands
will.
Yeah.
The bands will. Have we made any contact with any bands that we just at that?
No. You'll bring out some time.
Okay, okay.
So get in touch with Donna Massey, I guess, to get the update on, is it Donna? Yellow Brick House, she don't do the yellow.
No.
What's your
DJ, and I forget the young lady's name, Yellow Brick House, but they have made contact with
She was
the
just
director
there
on
last
high school, and I think Lithonia High School, are the two that she had.
Have they confirmed? Do you know?
They can't confirm until we get to the actual date. They had a problem with December 3rd.
Okay,
So we moved it to December.
okay, all right.
One of the things that I wanted to throw in was have like a viewing stand. So usually have parades where the point of the parade with a band will perform.
Yeah.
That'll be like, the
Like,
when
we're
you side
inside,
to the mayor.
Yeah.
Yeah, put you on fire. Oh, like a viewing stand, because you don't want, they can stop their punch.
That's very true.
Yes.
Okay. So as far as your question, as far as, how and where they may dance at, anywhere that, because the street is gonna be blocked off. So yes, it could be in the street, it could be on the bricks. It doesn't matter. It's just a matter of putting the program together and letting us know. Because whoever's gonna be speaking, we just need to know
okay,
once we get it.
December the 9th. December.
Yeah, you can have some volunteers, help you out.
I appreciate that, Ms. Long.
Boy,
don't have a problem. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, raise it.
And of course, how they gonna have to have a look at just for jingle money. Real.
Genuine, yeah, very same. Okay. So yes, it's fun. I think, of course, with, I think it was just passing.
Yeah, so it's supposed to be over, right?
Well, so a couple other things for me is on the basis of being able to understand the confirmation of what, and then understanding, of course, when we meet, how you all want it to look, the time of day. I'm all on board with respect to, the roasted marshmallows, s'mores. You want to have the food trucks, you want to have the cocoa stations, because you want it to be very festive, and then just to see what are some of those community partners we can work with as well, just to bring it all together.
You're great at what you do.
Well, thank you.
All right, hold on. All right, that in apology, moving in residents, still moving in with a date of 17th, 5th degree. Band directors, felt December 3rd is too early, December 10th is a state competition for scholarships for the parents. So December 17th is the date if council approves.
That's from she called, but she just sent me
She
that.
just said,
Yeah.
this is from the over.
December 17th, that's a Sunday.
Yes. Football on Sunday.
No, but
At another location in North Carolina.
yeah, I was going to say, the 17th would be an issue. That's also, if I recall correctly, that last week of school, they were just completed for the semester. So we run into, they can't perform, someone's traveling, things of that nature. So, so no, they can't do the 9th because, is it just those schools that can't do the 9th, or?
So I know for a fact that's Lithonia High and Arabian Mountain. Those ones confirmed.
December 17th?
Yeah, what she just sent is gonna be from Lithonia High and Arabian Mountain.
Let's go with that.
And they're choosing the 17th?
That's the
Yeah.
Sunday after they get out. They get out.
I just don't know that we will have the participation from so from a parent standpoint, we've just completed the semester. I don't think that I'm going to commit
Okay, gotcha.
to having them come. So that is what I'm saying, just from a parental standpoint, because in their mind, the semester has.
So Lithonia and Arabian Mountain will be out if we do it any day, any week.
Okay. You can't do it after the holiday.
Yeah.
Maybe we could check the band director and make sure what. I mean, talking about for the people, I guess if you gotta tell us, yes.
Let's do 17th. And you can assist up until then. Because I want to make sure we have, especially like on.
Cause I think we did it like, we did it like the 19th last year, didn't we?
Yeah, we did it.
And they all,
Yeah,
they all came out.
Yeah, okay, we're great.
Okay, so no, December 17th.
December 17th.
Now, of course, I will be here. I was making that as an overview that, but hopefully they will be willing to be a part. So,
Yeah,
go
the
ahead.
band director said
It's okay. It's okay. I think it will be fine.
Okay, Mayor, I'll give you this week or the end of the next, to set a date for this meeting, we'll go on May. Because that needs to happen.
Jingle May,
The meeting, yeah, we're gonna need to set a date, so I'll probably reach out to you tomorrow or after, so we try to get dates.
Okay.
All
right, thank you.
Oh, no problem.
All right, real quick. You all remember we had, old school car club that set up on Main Street? All right, they reached out to me, last week, and they are looking to calendar for December 2nd. They want to do another car show. Yep, December 2nd is a Saturday. All right, they want to do a car show again and to adopt 2-3 families as well. Again, like they did before with canned food, to give away. And they wanted to see if they need to come in and speak to council to go over what they did before, or, can they still, plan it as they did before, or, speak to them. On that. they came from.
This was different than the one that, I met.
It makes sense. They always take canned goods and give it away, but they always adopt 2 to 3 families for Christmas, and they give them nice things. But
So
it's
how
like
about
the car show on Main Street.
Oh, they doing the shutdown Main Street there?
They do shut down Main Street on Saturday with all the cars.
They pay for everything.
They asked us it was city of Lithonia, and then skin food, cooking, and toy drives. That's what it was. It was November 21st and 2 to 5.
They was asking us for permission.
They were like December 2nd, 1 to 5, and Mary.
I didn't know.
Yeah, they just put in the application.
I don't even know if we did, I don't even think they did an application, we let them do it because they were giving away.
Oh, yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I would say, just send some information, here and all right. You know, not even, just here.
That's what I meant, like, they're paying, don't they submit something?
Yeah, application.
Yeah.
If they're gonna, even if we waiving,
Okay.
they
She'll
should
come
come
into the application.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would think. But you said they're not asking for anything, but are they asking for it?
They asked for,
Okay. If they come at it, whatever they're gonna ask for, they'll.
okay. All right, and I'll send some pictures so you all will remember how they set it up. December 2nd, 1 to 5, it's a Saturday.
That's the day of the event, did you want to be on the agenda before that?
Did y'all need them on the agenda? They don't.
If they come in and apply, I think that's,
But
for me.
okay. But I'll give you their information so you can set it up. Okay. All right, that's it for mayor's report. Council member updates, you want to start somewhere right?
I don't have any update. I'll share this. I don't know what happened. People calling in to the camp, but asking Officer Brooke and the chief to help us because the noise over off of Pine Mountain, Rock Chapel, Pine Mountain, it was sold out. You know, even the police officers complained, and so for some reason they went down, down, down. The pictures are not shaking on the wall, furniture not moving, so I'm serious, it was just that bad, it was just that bad, so I'm glad about that.
We still have it.
They do, and when they had it, they usually start like four on Friday afternoon, go all the way to Sunday, and it's just so loud, you can almost hear like, only in this area. So it's really been, you can hardly hear it.
Just no Chris.
Unincorporated, Lithonia over there off of 124. Right off of Bruce Street, you drive to the very end of Bruce Street and you keep straight and North coming in that area. So I'm happy, and I know everybody else is there.
Sorry, I don't have it. It's like, it's not good. But, pretty much no update. I would like to plan for the next meeting. I don't know if this is good or not. Oh, okay. But yeah, that would be great. And I want to orchestrate it differently, especially since we're going to be having some. I want to, get with Chief or whomever again and talk about how we can get trash cans so that will help support our community efforts. So that's all.
I really talk to them.
Yeah, I don't know. I just want to finalize, I did see a couple things at Lowe's and Home Depot, and I think they'll run about $500. Which one budget?
Oh, yeah, we can see, because I didn't see him away. But remember, he kept going shopping, not
I kept
shopping.
seeing the things at Lowe's.
I was trying to figure out the text. I'm like, what is he doing? Like, why is he in the store?
Yeah.
I'm always at Lowe's.
Oh.
You know, that thing.
So cheap. real quick, on the house, you know, the little extra stuff that he sees in stores or whatever. What do you think we can work with them so we can get him to purchase something? Because we like it.
For him or for y'all?
It's for us, but
I know. That's the.
I think you'll be good between $300 and $400.
Wait, I'm sorry, what happened to the donation from,
Warren worked on that.
He's still working, he just told me one check will be dropped tomorrow, he can put it in another one, so we will.
oh, the check?
Yeah, I think that, no, I think that's pseudo that's bringing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
I was gonna say it's okay, cool.
Councilwoman?
Yes, I know I've been talking to you guys about kudzu. So I remember, so I reached out to, Georgia Native Plant Society, and they sent me a list of invasive plants, Georgia exotic pest plants. And they have a list of invasive plants. So I'll be talking with them more. They have, some cities, Roswell, have an ordinance pertaining to invasive plants. So I just want to learn more about it, and then we can control it, because we have some areas that have big patches of kudzu, some that have small, but those small is not going to stay small, right? They get huge. So I just want to let you know, I'm talking with them.
All right, anything else, council? I think we're good. Any executive session? All right, I would like a motion to adjourn.
A motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Okay.
All right, any discussion? All in favor? All right, any opposed? Thank you, I have it. I see a partner of ours back there. Hey, you look good. You look good. You look Halloweenish.
Thank you.
We thank you for everything you do for us. We really do. Thank you.
So proud of the progress you're all making.
Thank you so much. You see our card? Thank you. All right, council. Ready to roll? You got to, because